This story is absolutely insane. A kick streamer, a French kick streamer, actually just died literally live on stream, where they were going on an unlimited stream and they were pretty much at hour 300 basically. And for the whole purpose of this video, don't worry you guys, you boy is able to speak French and he's able to translate all the information that's going to be in this video. So hang on tight because there's going to be a lot of information throughout this video, guys.
Créateur suivi par plus d'un demi-million de personnes, en direct, et soudain, plus rien. Jean Pormanove, de son vrai nom Raphaël Graven, qu'on appelait aussi JP, est décédé à seulement...
Yeah, basically he is named Jean Pormanove and his real name is Raphaël. And he's a kick streamer of 46 years old, and he was streaming with all of his buddies basically, and the way they were producing content and making content is very shady, like to the point where you're asking yourself questions, is that actually abuse or slash torture basically? Like, it's absolutely nuts to have people doing stuff like this on camera, you know?
46 ans, dans la nuit du 17 au 18 août, chez lui à Conques, près de Nice. Et ce drame s'est produit pendant un live. Ce qui a choqué, c'est que ses spectateurs et même ses amis, comme Naruto, l'ont vu s'effondrer et rester immobile. Certains disent...
Yeah, so his friend in there called Naruto, I know, his name is basically Naruto, but he does not represent Naruto whatsoever, like in the anime, you know, he does not come even close. But in here, basically, even when he died, their friends, Naruto in here, is still picking on him to see if he was actually alive or no. Like, what the hell?
Qu'il venait de finir 10 jours d'épreuves extrêmes avec un mélange de fatigue et peut-être même de substances dangereuses. Ce n'est pas la première fois que son univers posait problème. Fin 2024, des enquêtes parlaient déjà d'un business de la maltraitance autour de ses streams.
Yeah, even in 2024, they were already talking about a business of, you know, torture and all of that. And people were actually watching shit going on online and not saying anything.
Avec des pratiques d'humiliation. Aujourd'hui, le procureur de Nice a ouvert une enquête. Pour l'instant, pas de signes criminels, mais une autopsie est en cours et plusieurs personnes ont été entendues. Sur les réseaux, c'est une vague de messages de tristesse. On a perdu un frère, un partenaire, une légende, écrit Naruto.
Yeah, the challenges online are pretty extreme nowadays. To the point where nowadays they will tell you, yes, after the fact, of course, yes, it was scripted, everything you saw was scripted, nothing was real and all of that. But I mean, come on guys, this video is not for the lighthearted, so if you know you don't want to watch literally some violence or whatever, don't go to something else, you know. But this video will shock you a little bit. For example, in here, it says JP was constantly abused and humiliated, and you can see how he's getting humiliated basically by all these people. Like, I understand it's a game where, you know, you get slapped and you have to guess who slapped you, but to the point of how hard they're doing it, you can basically hear it and how loud it actually is, you know. It's not just a little, you know, it's pretty much a, you know. And they're laughing about it, and literally it's not even just a slap right here, it's a slap on the ear. It hurts. See, even her hand hurts by how hard she hit it. Look at that animal, I swear to God, for doing what she did. All of them for what they did. Yeah, and he says, yeah, his ear is literally ringing. And she's drunk. Like, literally, they would torture him literally every single day. And don't tell me that all of this is scripted. No, it's not. It's not. He's literally saying stop so many times. And when somebody tells you stop, specifically on camera, you stop. But look at them. Freaking animal. Oh my goodness. Literally, they are humiliating him every single moment they can. Like even to the point where when he died in Le Parisien, that's a very famous, that's literally the most famous news television they got over there.
Tu veux patcher que vite fait JP, je crois, il a dead là.
Un décès en
Yeah,
direct
where he
après
died.
plus de 10 jours de live non-stop.
To do all of
Des
this
mois de
shit.
violence physique et
Look at what they
psychologique
do,
diffusés en
what they
direct
did to
sur
him.
Kick, la plateforme de streaming aux règles ultra permissives et aux contrats de plusieurs millions.
That's also one thing about that. Kick also allowed all of that to happen, and I heard that due to all of this shit, and due to, you know, Jean actually dying from the whole situation, Naruto's channel, for example, got blocked and no one could have access to it. But throughout the story and throughout everything that happened, because there was already an autopsy that said that basically he did not die because of them, and he just basically died of natural causes, basically. But basically he's just saying that they just didn't, you know, per se, like literally stab him, you know, but they contributed to getting him to the state where he basically had a heart attack, you know? And all of that, is it basically the fault of Kick that allowed all of that bullshitness to keep on going on and going on? Because basically it was, you were watching an old man getting tortured live on screen, and people were liking it, people were rooting for it, people were like, yes, get him more. And I am sorry, you keep on telling me after the fact, just like I said, after the fact, that it was scripted and nothing was actually hurtful and they were not actually hurting him. I am sorry from how he's actually reacting to all of this. I am telling you, the guy is getting hurt on screen.
Qui se rêve en numéro 1, quitte à presque tout permettre.
They're telling you you're gonna die. Yeah, and look at how they would treat him in here too. Like, come on, this guy is just dancing or whatever, but he has to spray him with paint literally on his face. And look at this guy's face, I swear to God. No remorse for what they were doing at the time. Look at... Okay, another thing in that group, there was another guy that has a mental issue or something like that, and they were actually also doing some stuff to him too, like getting bullied and harassed, just like Jipe. And basically what they would do is they would turn JP, so Jean Pormanove, and the other guy against each other, and if they did not follow orders basically or whatever, they would basically get hit more. So that's why they had to do what they were basically told to do, or else.
JP? Non.
And in here the same game again where they bitch slap. Oh my god.
Naruto? Non. Safi? Non. Ah la vache! JP? Non. Naruto? Non. Fais chier que j'arrive pas à trouver. C'est pas Safi? Non. Vas-y, on va dire JP.
Yeah, and he's telling him do it more, do it more. Oh my god.
Kudo? Non. Évitez de tirer dans les oreilles s'il vous plaît.
Ooh. Damn, that must have hurt. Like, goddamn, like, when is this supposed to be a game, or when is this supposed to really hurt? Because to me, I am sorry, this was not scripted. Like the way he's gonna get hit and how hard he's getting hit, basically, and all of that for what? Just for basically viewers, just to, yeah, we've got some viewership going on because we are hitting each other and we're bullying each other, and basically we're bullying these guys and all of that. Because I am sorry, from all of these situations, it always seems like there are one or two people getting bullied at all times. The other people, like Naruto, for example, is not you know, participating into the whole thing, into the whole shebang. Like you could say at least, okay, if all of them were into it and they were all doing it to each other, for example, the example of the Jackass movies, for example, where you had that whole team doing crazy shit to each other, but it was all between each other and they understood each other and they were doing it to each other and everybody was, you know, getting brah. But for this, it just looks like there are two people, and specifically one that's getting literally beaten up in front of people.
Moi, je me
Crazy.
cache rien, hein. Je suis malade, je me cache rien. Je préfère me dire à ma communauté ce qui se passe.
Attends, quand tu dis t'es malade comme si t'allais mourir, frérot.
Non, je vais pas mourir.
Yeah, and in
Ça va,
here he
il-
says,
il-
yeah,
clairement,
okay, I
non.
am sick, but I'm not saying I'm gonna die. But look at what happened literally a couple months later. Literally, from all of the bullying and all of the repetitive torture that he went through, literally at the end his heart blew up. That's it. He was like, I'm done and I'm sorry. They are responsible, not for him per se dying, but they are responsible for bringing him basically to the doors of death, you know? And even here, you had his own mother, the mother of Jean Pormanove, that's contacting Naruto. And she's warning Naruto and telling him, hey, you better stop your bullshit. Because my son, he can't basically do it anymore.
Je te préviens, Naruto. Les messages encore comme ils sont là, ça va barder. Je te jure, ça va barder. Toi, tu rigoles.
And he's laughing.
Hein? Et tu te dis musulman?
And he's pretending to
Tu
be
te dis
religious.
musulman?
Je savais pas que
Non, mais-
j'avais pas le droit de rigoler dans ma religion.
Non, te moquer du rappel quand il pleure?
Laughing is one thing. Torturing is another. What they are doing literally is inhumane, and they're laughing out of the misery of somebody. And they are happy to do those bad things to somebody and get some money out of it. I'm sorry, what is that called?
Mais tu es inhumain.
Mais
Inhumain, tu es
Yeah.
inhumain.
Mais il
Exact.
pleure parce qu'il est tombé sur
Ferme ta
Kenneth
ferme
Together.
Ferme ta ferme ta
Mais il est tombé sur
And they would go through
Together,
his
bien sûr
phone
que
and
c'est drôle.
everything
Ouais.
and read everything
Hein, fouiller son
online.
téléphone et tout faire comme tu fais, tu te prends pour qui?
Et-
Grosse
Bah, vous devez vous mettre à genoux et vous excuser depuis des jours, on n'a pas de
ferme ta
nouvelles.
plutôt crever que de me mettre à genoux.
Yeah, basically you understand that from all of this, the mother is not agreeing to anything, and you are gonna tell me that all of this was scripted. You know, the mother is being pissed about how her son is getting treated online by his per se friends that are basically like 16 or 17 years old younger than him. I am sorry, these guys are torturing him. They deserve to go to jail.
His own mother accepted this? The French streamer's
Yeah.
death on Kick gets darker
His
every
own
day.
mother did not
Fellow
accept all
streamer's
of
lawyer
this.
says the mother knew and even played along.
Sa
No.
mère et son frère sont en étroite.
Oh yeah, and don't even get me started about his lawyer. His lawyer, we're gonna be looking at him in a few videos here in a bit, but his lawyer is a total asshole because he said, yeah, my client is not responsible for the death or whatever. Asshole.
Collaboration avec Monsieur Senazandotti, mon client. Et elle écarte toute responsabilité de mon client dans la mort de son fils.
A former army colleague described something darker.
What the fuck?
Plusieurs fois, j'ai essayé de le contacter et quelqu'un me répondait. Quelqu'un me répondait en me disant arrête de poser des questions, laisse-le tranquille, il est bien avec nous. Une fois, j'ai réussi à l'avoir. Et puis, d'après ce que j'ai compris.
So
il était
even
un peu
for his
bloqué
phone,
avec-
they would take his phone and he would not have any contact with the outside world, basically. What does that tell you? That tells me that he was basically a hostage to them at that point, and they found out that he was basically the cash cow that they could literally just grab on and grab on and grab on from. Like, look, for example, literally every single day, day after day, this was his normal. And look at their faces while they're happy on showing whatever they are doing to him, to the people online. And even in here, he would try and fight back sometimes, you know? And still, he would get beat up at the end, every time. Even look, 10 hours before he died in here. Oh my goodness. Like, why? And this was at 288 hours into it. before he died. So you're gonna tell me that all of this did not basically bring him to the brink of death? I am sorry. Okay, and here guys we have the lawyer of Naruto that's here to protect Naruto. So let's go and see what he's got to say.
L'un de ses acolytes. Bonsoir Maître Sadoni, merci d'être avec nous en direct. Et ils ont une responsabilité dans la mort de leur comparse?
And he's asking, does he have any responsibility in the death of his friend Jean Pormanove?
Alors, à ce jour, aucune autorité judiciaire met en cause mon client. C'est la seule chose que j'ai à dire.
Dans un post qui a été écrit par...
Basically, he's saying that under the law, no one is saying that Naruto is the one. And from the biopsy that we already got, the biopsy is saying that basically Naruto and all of that, they are not related to per se killing him. Which, you know, of course, you've had a heart attack, it's out of nowhere, and you're not the one responsible. But to get you to the point where you have a heart attack, I'm just saying, just like a lot of people are saying online, they had a hand into bringing him towards having a heart attack. That's all I'm saying. And they must go through the legal routes to see what's going to happen, I guess.
Par votre client, donc son pseudonyme est Naruto, il écrit « Je redoutais que cela n'arrive ». Donc ça veut dire quand même, et ensuite il dit qu'il pleure toutes les larmes de son corps. Voilà, j'ai toujours redouté le jour où je devrais écrire ces mots. Ça veut dire qu'il savait quand même qu'il jouait.
Yeah, and he's even saying that he regrets the day that he wrote, oh, I don't want him to die on stream or something like that. So literally they even said that due to all of the torture per se that they are doing to him or whatever, he might actually pass out at some point from what they are doing to him. So literally they basically foreshadowed what happened right now.
Un jeu dangereux et potentiellement mortel.
Yeah, he's saying that they knew they were playing a dangerous game because literally they knew he had a fragile heart and all of that, but they still kept on going and going and going and going and going to the point where he was like, I'm gone, you know.
Non, ça n'a rien à voir avec le jeu, c'est juste une personne qui avait peur que son ami meure. Tout simplement. Un ami qui avait des problèmes cardiovasculaires, un ami qui avait...
So if you are afraid that your friend is gonna die, are you gonna go at your friend and still bully him and slap him as hard as you can every single day? Let me know down in the comments below. Literally.
Des défaillances cardiaques, tout simplement.
Alors d'accord, il sait qu'il a un ami qui a des défaillances cardiaques et il joue à des jeux de strangulation avec.
Yeah, he knows he's got a friend that has problems with his heart and he still goes and, you know, strangle him as hard as he can. Like, don't tell me that's scripted.
Mais les jeux de strangulation, on peut en tirer toutes les conséquences que l'on veut en regardant les images. Mais toutes...
And this freaking lawyer is saying now, oh no, but the games of strangulations, we can see whatever we want to see from them, but it's all scripted.
Ces scènes, ce ne sont que des mises en scène issues d'un script. Issues d'un script entre Naruto et le défunt, tout simplement.
Ça veut dire que ce ne sont pas des vraies strangulations, il ne s'étouffe pas vraiment alors, si c'est une mise en scène.
Exactement, c'est exactement mon propos. D'ailleurs, pour cela, je vous donne une information que vous avez...
So he's saying, yes, it's a script, so it's not a real... so I'm not really doing it to him, so it's fine. You guys saw the clips we just saw. Do you think it was really scripted or do you think it was real? Per se, I am in the second option. It was probably real.
Sans doute déjà, il a été placé en garde à vue en janvier 2025. Il a fait 24 heures de garde à vue. Le parquet de Nice a décidé ensuite de relâcher, de ne pas prolonger sa garde à vue. À ce jour, il n'y a aucun élément constitutif de quelconque infraction à l'encontre de Monsieur Senazandotti, mon client. J'ai entendu des propos qui sont quelque peu déplaisants, notamment torsionnaires, alors qu'on n'a rien qui permet de caractériser une quelconque infraction.
Paul Conge.
Oh, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. He's like, oh yeah, there's nothing. And my client is getting harassed or whatever. Shut up. Basically, We all saw the clips. We all saw how your client was treating Jean Pormanove up until the end. Where even when he died, and I'm not gonna show you that clip, guys, because I don't think it's gonna be allowed on YouTube, you know. But it literally, even when he died, and he took a bottle and he threw it on his dead body, basically just to check if he was alive. Come on.
Question. L'enquête judiciaire qui a été ouverte par le parquet de Nice est toujours en cours hein, pour effectivement les cas les suspicions de maltraitance dont il aurait fait l'objet. Pour l'heure, effectivement, le client de l'avocat effectivement avait été placé en garde à vue au mois de janvier. Il avait été relâché à ce stade sans poursuite, mais bon, l'enquête se poursuit. On peut pas préjuger non plus tout de suite des décisions que prendront les enquêteurs à l'issue de leur enquête.
Sauf que là, il y a mort d'homme, maître.
Il y a mort d'homme, effectivement, et il y a mort du meilleur ami de mon client, qui est bouleversé.
Donc, il n'est pour rien là-dedans.
There's somebody that died, and he's like, yeah,
il n'est pour rien là-dedans, et l'enquête le déterminera. Comme vous l'avez dit, je ne vais pas aller plus vite que l'enquête. Le parquet de Nice a entre ses mains la direction de cette enquête. Monsieur Senazandotti, mon client, se tient prêt à être entendu et à donner toutes les informations utiles. L'autopsie déterminera les raisons de la mort de Monsieur Gravel. Je vais vous dire une chose de plus. Monsieur Gravel, ses parents plutôt, sa mère et son frère, sont en étroite collaboration avec Monsieur Senazandotti, mon client. Ils se parlent constamment et elle écarte toute responsabilité de mon client dans la mort de son fils.
Elle vous l'a dit précisément.
Basically, he's saying that yes, the investigation will reveal and the biopsy will reveal actually how he died and all of that. And just like I kept on telling you, the biopsy already said that they didn't per se kill him. But the investigation is still ongoing because, you know, no one should be doing stupid shit to their best friends online like we saw. I am sorry. I don't want no one to get bitch slapped the fuck out of them literally online while you can clearly see that that person is not doing okay.
Elle a dit à mon client qu'elle le dira très rapidement aux journalistes.
Et aux enquêteurs donc aussi.
And he's lying.
S'il la convoque.
He's lying about the fact that, oh yeah, the mother of Jean Pormanove and Naruto are in close relationship. The hell not. We clearly saw how his mother actually hated Naruto for what they actually do to her son, you know? And he's literally lying about this shit.
Bien sûr qu'elle le dira.
Ça veut dire que pour elle, de ce que vous savez, elle estime au regard des images de ce qu'elle a vu.
And she also says, yeah, they're not responsible for the death of my son. You goddamn liar.
De ce qu'elle sait, de ce à quoi il se livrait.
See, he's even shocked.
Les deux comparses n'y sont absolument pour rien.
Yeah, see, another lie. She's like, yeah, she's gonna say it to the press very shortly. She didn't say nothing.
C'est exactement mon propos. Madame la mère du défunt était très souvent en contact avec mon client, notamment lors de différents lives.
Yeah, so just like he's saying that, so for her, to the mother, what she's seeing online, to her, everything is scripted. So from that perspective, she is into the whole scheme, and that's why she calls Naruto sometimes and she tells him, yes, I don't agree with everything that's going on. Like, that's a whole part of the scheme and that's a whole part of the script. I don't believe in that story per se. Come on, guys. Stop lying and face the consequences of what you did. And what you did is basically not per se killing the man, but basically bringing him to the doors of death, basically.
Elle l'appelait mon client et il y avait un jeu dans lequel elle devait l'insulter. Tu m'as pris mon fils, ainsi de suite. Mais tout cela n'était que mise en scène.
Maître Sadouni, est-ce que, aux yeux de votre client, simplement, les 10 journées qui se sont écoulées avant la mort de Jean Pormanove, les 10 jours de sévices qu'il a endurés, selon vous, est-ce qu'il n'avait vraiment rien à...
Yeah, he's saying that during those lives, it was basically a game where the mother would call and insult Naruto, and Naruto would be an asshole to her, basically. Come on now.
À voir avec son décès?
Yeah, everything was just theater, huh?
Je ne pourrais pas me prononcer sur cela, je suis avocat, pas médecin, donc malheureusement, je ne peux pas pouvoir vous en dire plus. J'ai juste une chose à vous dire, c'est que ils avaient l'habitude, avant fin août, de faire 12 jours de live continu. C'est-à-dire qu'on laisse la caméra 24 heures sur 24. Ce n'était pas la première fois.
Mais vous avez fait vous-même état de difficultés ou de soucis cardiovasculaires hein, pour Jean-Paul Pormanove. Mais là, sur ce que l'on voit des vidéos, et l'enquête devra le déterminer, il semble que ce ne soit pas pris en compte. On les voit même chronométrés.
Yeah, so basically, when he died, it was when they would let the camera roll for 12 days straight. And through all of that, on stream, you gotta keep your audience entertained, you know, and all of that. So to keep them entertained, you always gotta be doing something crazy in a way. And that crazy thing was, whenever there's nothing to do, we can just go and hit on Jean Pormanove, you know, we can just bash him or whatever, or do a game where he's gotta guess who is actually slapping his face as hard as they can. Like, when is the craziness gonna stop, and when when is he gonna finally say, yes, I actually did some wrong shit and take responsibilities, you know?
Des moments de strangulation.
Je reviens effectivement sur ma notion de script et de mise en scène. Les images, on peut les faire parler, on peut leur faire dire tout et n'importe quoi.
Alors, de quoi il est mort?
L'autopsie nous le dira. Je ne suis pas en capacité de vous le dire, moi, aujourd'hui.
Maître Sadoni, les coups, ils ont...
They were even taking time of how much time they are actually strangling him. Wow. And like timing it and all of that. Don't tell me that's not torture. Like, at that point, you're telling me I am the stupid one and I don't understand what's actually going on in front of my eyes. Like, come on, guys, we all see the same shit, you know?
Donc là, vous êtes en train de faire un lien de causalité entre les violences et la mort. Je vous laisse mettre de vos propos, moi je suis pas capable de le faire.
But what everybody is saying is that they basically led him to the fact that he had a heart attack even, you know?
Pour reprendre, je faisais absolument pas le lien de causalité entre ces violences et la mort, mais vous disiez que tout était scripté et que donc ces violences n'étaient pas réelles. En revanche, ce qu'on aperçoit sur les vidéos, c'est qu'au contraire, les tirs de paintball sur Jean Pormanove, ils sont bien réels, les sauts de peinture qu'on lui jette dessus.
Yeah, they even shot him point blank with paintball balls, basically, and we all know how much that stuff hurts, you know?
Ils sont bien réels, les claques qu'on lui met, elles sont bien réelles, non?
Ah, ça, on n'en sait rien. Après, on revient toujours à cette notion d'intensité. Sur la vidéo, ça peut paraître quelque chose de douloureux, quelque chose d'intense, mais on n'en sait rien. Et jusqu'à preuve du contraire, le défunt ne s'était jamais plaint de cela.
Merci d'avoir été avec nous, Maître Sadouni, donc avocat d'Owen, de Naruto. Ah oui, il y a une question pour vous, pardon, Maître Sadouni, une dernière question pour vous.
Bonsoir, Maître. J'avais une dernière question. Donc, le fait est qu'ils ont effectivement été mis en garde à vue en janvier 2025 pour des faits potentiels de violence sur des personnes.
They're asking basically the lawyer, so everything you do is basically real, like all of the paintball balls that are literally shot on him, on his face, and you can see the pains or the slaps, you can see the speed of that slap, and you can see how hard he gets hit. Even if you slow-mo the whole video, you can see how his face literally switches from chill to I'm completely hurt right now, and basically him even jumping out of wherever he is, basically, and you understand how much force was into that slap, you know, like all of that is not scripted. I am sorry, and the lawyer is keeping on going. Oh yeah, no, everything is scripted. Come on, there is a limit to idiocy, to being an idiot, and I am sorry to that lawyer. He's a complete idiot at that point.
Mais s'il y avait une poursuite judiciaire et qu'on avait matérialisé l'infraction, évidemment que ça nous aurait fait réfléchir. Mais aujourd'hui, ça n'a pas été le cas. Donc non, ils ont continué.
We don't know.
Et là, on vous parle exclusivement de la mort du défunt. Moi, c'était pas ça mon propos. Aujourd'hui, je suis là en tant qu'avocat d'un plaignant qui est victime de cyberharcèlement. Nous avons déposé aujourd'hui une plainte avec mon confrère Maître Elou Chikli pour lesquelles nous attendons des suites. Mais concernant la mort de Monsieur Gravel, Monsieur Owen Senazanti n'est absolument pas mis en cause.
I am sorry, guys. All of this case is telling me that it was not scripted, it was not planned from the beginning, nothing was planned. They would just take on 12 days of pure streaming, and they had to create content after content to keep everybody entertained, and they found out that the best way to keep everybody entertained is to play games, do challenges and all of that, and where all the time Jean Pormanove is one of the two victims, because the other victim is the other guy who's got mental issues going on. And from that perspective, Naruto and his other culprit, to me, did not, just like the autopsy said it, did not kill him per se, but totally led him to the doors of death, basically, where at the end of the day, basically after 300 hours of streaming, literally his heart, poof, that's it, heart attack, he was done. And to tell me that after all of that violence and all of that we all saw online, you're gonna tell me that they're not responsible? Yes, they're probably not responsible for literally stabbing him right away and killing him, but they are responsible for leading him to the state where he was. And then you're gonna tell me that yes, everything was planned and they still had a great relationship outside of streaming and all of that. I am sorry to tell you, if you have a best friend, are you gonna treat your best friend this way, basically where everything is meant towards one person and not the other? Just like the example that I already gave you about jackass people. They are all doing it to each other, where, you know, they're hitting each other and they're doing challenges each other. But from this perspective, it just looks like Naruto and the other culprit are literally torturing JP, so Jean Pormanove, and the other friend that also, from another perspective, did not actually get paid out of nothing that he was doing on camera. So that tells me Naruto and his fucking friend, the culprit, do have a hand into everything that happened and transpired. So you guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think about this whole story? And don't forget to like this video and share it with as many people as you know. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel too. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.